Hey, I am so excited to make this summer dessert. It is so fun. You make it with orange Jello, and it's going to be Creamsicle Cheesecake. Now, I have laid out all of my stuff ahead of time this time, minus a few things, but let's just start with making the base of this cheesecake. You can't find Clementine Jello, but you can get orange Jello, and that is what the recipe called for. I am going to put a link underneath this video for the recipe that I followed. But I am going to follow the recipe on my phone this time. This is more of my modern type of a baking video because we will not be turning on the oven. Summertime is so hot, you know, who wants to turn on the hot oven? So, we need a cup of boiling water. You can see my light in the reflection of my window here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I need my measuring cups. I forgot about those. Oh, and the powdered sugar as well. I need that. See, I didn't think I needed anything from this cupboard, but now I realize. Even though we're not baking technically or using the oven, there's a few things I need here from this here old cupboard. Okay, let's bring it over to the table. Oh my gosh, do I need to dust? Look at this. Back. I'd rather make a dessert. Okay. Never mind the dust. Let's make a fun summer dessert. I cannot wait. I bought these clementines from Kroger. No, was it Kroger? Maybe it was Food Lion. And I set my little kitties here because they're hiding behind a leaf. I just feel like they're my little mascots now. They're just curious about what I'm doing. Okay, so I took screenshots of my recipe, Creamsicle Cheesecake. Didn't that look pretty? I hope mine will turn out that nice looking, but I doubt it. Okay, so we need to start with making the Jello. So let's boil some water, shall we? Need a cup. I normally wouldn't handle these so gently, but they do make kind of a clatter if you're not careful. So I need a cup. Let's get a pot. Which one should I use? I'm going to use the one that I can also melt the butter into, I think. Spare myself having to do some dishes. Yeah, right here. Okay, I got that puppy on high. You don't have to be super exact about the amount of water that you put in. It just depends on how thick you want your Jello to be. And I tend to like it more on the thick side, you know. Plus, I have a smaller pie pan than what was called for in this recipe. Okay, be careful. Watch out for your phone, Beckers. Beckers. That's so funny. I should call myself Beckers. That's one of my friends' nickname for me. Okay. You just gotta stir until all of that is dissolved. I'm sure most people have experienced making Jello. Jello. It looks like some of it is just gonna kind of stay grainy. I'll tell you what, I haven't made a lot of Jello in my lifetime. Okay. We need some plastic wrap because I don't know how long it's going to take me to do everything else. Let's just get the Jello put away in the refrigerator. I didn't read on the instructions that I should do that, but I'm going to. I never have very good luck with plastic wrap either. I think it's me. But it clings just enough to be able to cover it and keep it nice in the fridge. So here we go into the refrigerator. I need to go grocery shopping. Okay, I forgot that I had this candle here, so let's light it. And put a little extra ambiance here. I forgot about that one too. Of course, you won't be able to see that one. Okay. I need this bowl because I am going to peel some of my clementines. I got the kind that's said on the bag that it's easy peel, and I'm like, why would I get any other kind? Who wants to struggle, right? When I was a kid, peeling oranges, if you got them ripe like I did in California, oranges were always easy to peel. The oranges that I get now here in Tennessee, I don't bother. They're not sweet, they're not ripe. They don't grow here. So, and even if they say on the bag that they're from California, they might be sweet, but they are heck of a difficult to peel. So, if they made easy peel oranges, yeah, I'd buy them. fruits, natural things are so pretty. There's a lot of these little strings on the outside. I've got to get those off, because those will not be tasty in the pie. I'm never really perfect about it. I get as many as I can. As many as I see. Now, I have to honestly say that the recipe does not call for this many pieces of clementine. They say that you only need enough pieces of clementine to decorate the top. And I'm going, no way, man. I'm putting clementine all throughout this thing. Nothing like the real thing, baby. Okay. If you haven't noticed by now, I am so sad that my acrylic nails did not turn out as well as I thought they could have. I will have nobody getting on here and going, ew. No, thank you. If you don't like it, turn it off, please. We have our good days and we have our bad days, and I am not a perfectionist, so, and I am not an uber professional, so if that is what you're looking for, you definitely need to go to a different channel. This is just me making a dessert, not fussing forever and ever with my fingernails. Okay, here we go. Let's get these into the trash. What is wrong with me? I keep talking in some kind of weird accent. Can't stop myself. Actually, I do that when I'm feeling kind of happy, and I don't know why, but I do feel happy today. Very happy, very relaxed, and this is just downright fun. I love this. Alright, I probably don't have to refrigerate this, but I want to. Like everything to stay chilled. I don't like room temperature anything. Except for my water. Now that's weird, isn't it? I drink room temperature water. Alright, we are on to, we gotta make the crust now. Oops. It's a very, very simple recipe. If I want to do this again, I'm not even going to have to look at it. Okay, we want these golden Oreos and the pie plate, because we are going to try our best to make a crust. Although I don't know how. Graham cracker crust is easy because it's all dry. But these cookies have a cream center, so I don't know how we crush that, into fine powder, but I'll do the best of it. Now I'm putting down this parchment paper for protection of my surface. this little tab makes it much easier to open the bag and then reseal. The recipe calls for 24, so there's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 24. Actually, I'm not even sure I counted right, but like I said, my pie plate is a little smaller than what they asked for, so if I have extra or whatever, I will just eat it. Let's start with just snapping it into smaller pieces. Just like I said, with that cream in the middle, you know what's gonna happen, how does it crumble. I'll do my best. You know, they just say to crush, you know, or crumble your cookies, and it's like, okay, next time, tell us the method, because these are very kind of soft, and oh my goodness, I had to work so hard to keep my husband away from these cookies. I didn't think that, see, I was looking for some orange flavored cookies to use instead of what they said in the recipe, but I thought, nah, don't be a renegade for everything. So I just got the cookies that they said to get, and I opened the package and thought, oh, this can be so boring. It's just vanilla. But oh my goodness, these cookies are so good. Unless you think there is not a cookie that I don't like, well, there is. I did a cookie tasting video and was quite disappointed with a lot of a few of the different packaged cookies that you can get from the grocery store. And so when I say these are good, I mean these are good. And my favorite cookies for a long time when I was young was these. They look like Oreos, but they were called Hydrox and Sunshine. Way better than Oreos. Way better. But I guess they stopped making them because I couldn't find them anymore anywhere. I just don't eat Oreos. I don't buy cookies. I don't buy cookies. I'd rather make them homemade. But for this, yeah, let's make an exception. Okay, I'm gonna cover that. And I have a towel to put over that. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know. Y'all, I'm just experimenting. I might normally have just, put it in a bowl and smash mashed them with a jar or something, but I'm just experimenting here and seeing how this goes. Smoosh. Smoosh. No clue what's going on underneath there. Okay, so off camera, I just went and pounded the heck out of this. It did not make a nice sound. But that's good enough for now with that method. See, a lot of cream came off on the, there's just no way. Cream is just so much a part of this all. Give a couple more little crushes, see if I can get some pieces smaller. This is just entirely too hopeless. I can't get them any smaller than this because they're too creamy. Unless I wanted to take half a day to finish it. That's not. It could be yummy all chunky like that. Just give it up. Oh my. Alright, we want to make crust, put it in the bottom of the pie dish. And they just say to put some butter in it. So, just get these crumbs into a bowl. There we go. Did I lose any more cream? Yeah. There's a little bit on there. Oh well. Just let it go. Man, it's a beautiful day today here. Cannot even express. Okay, what I want to do with this is cut out the amount of butter that I need. They say 6 tablespoons, but look how uneven my wrapper is. So I think I'm just going to guesstimate here instead of following their markers. Can kind of get a feel. It's basically just 3/4 of the cube. 6 tablespoons out of 8, so we just need to cut off 2 tablespoons and set that aside. Let's go melt this puppy. Yeah, I don't know why everything's a puppy. Okay. Plop. Sizzle, sizzle. you, but I think melted butter is a glorious sight and smell. Then add the sound, and oh my. Why is butter so good? Like there isn't enough fat in those cookie crumbs. We're gonna just add insult to injury here. And it's gonna be so good. I'm going to turn this down, off. Actually, I think there's enough heat there to finish melting that. Okay. See how it just took care of the rest of that. It's over. Round and round and round we go. Where we stop, I do know. But I will try to get a little bit out of the bottom of the pan here. Hate to waste any. Okay. Just give this a little bit of a mix. I don't need to be too very thorough because it is going to kind of already be creamy. Alrighty then. We'll just try to brush it and blend it a little bit more with this heavy lead crystal cup. Oh, I don't know if it's crystal or not, but I like to think it is. These heavy-duty glass crystal-looking tumblers. Let's see if we can get it to smush a little bit more. So weird how these chunks just won't get much smaller. They just stay and stay and stay. Oh well. Into the sink. Now, see, my pie pan, I will say for the third time, is a much smaller pan than what they illustrated in the recipe. And my crust is not going to go all the way up the edges, it's just going to line the bottom. That's fine with me. Pat it flat, and as smoothly as possible, because it's not going to go anywhere. It's just gonna, whatever I put on top of it is just gonna stick to it. It doesn't have to harden. Just set that aside now and go to work on the filling. Now, let's just give a glance real quick to what they say I need. Oops, see my face? Alrighty. For the pie filling. Let's see the directions real quick. Pretty straightforward. I just need to get those 3 ingredients. Sour cream, powdered sugar, and cream cheese. It's so amazing that this much cream cheese is going into this. I guess it's because it really is going to be cheesy, not jello-y. Really, Jello's just like flavoring, and hardening. Ooh, yeah, all this cream cheese, all of this. I opted for a name brand this time because I don't know if you've noticed, but some of the generic brands that you get really do take shortcuts, and there are fillers and some other way of making their product that, though it may taste similar or close, it is not genuine. And I read the ingredients on this package and it was like, yeah, this is the real thing. And it's going to be so good. So let's... Boy, that was quite a feat getting that open. Alrighty then. Let's open up this one. And yes, I film every last detail. Not because it isn't boring as all get out, but it's hopefully you're listening more than you're watching, and you can just hear these wonderful crinkles. Okay, I laugh even more when other people say things wrong, but it's still funny when I do it. Okay. Beautiful foil crinkles. Throw all this stuff away. Don't need that packaging anymore. Same thing with sour cream as with the cream cheese. If it's genuine, you must stir your sour cream, because pure sour cream is so much better than the generic knockoff. So, you got the real thing. If it starts to separate a tiny bit, you have to mix it, but you should mix it every time you use it. Okay, so we just need a quarter of a cup of sour cream. And Daisy is the real thing. Head and shoulders above other sour cream knockoffs or generic brands. I'm sure there's other sour cream out there that's real and authentic, but this is what we have in our town. And I don't go to fancy grocery stores. Alright, doesn't seem like this is going to mix real easy, but we're going to try. Sour cream and cream cheese. Oh, my favorite. Well, I don't know, ice cream's right up there. Dairy, I love dairy. It's really just not supposed to be good for you at all, but so good. Okay, that's probably good enough for now because I gotta add some other things to it. Take a look again here. Yeah, I need a cup of powdered sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, and a pinch of salt, yes. Okay, then. One cup. I'm wondering if I should try to pour it or just put the cup in the bag. It's so small. Let's just go ahead and if it's good, okay, just push it in there. And then I can use the lip of the bag to kind of guide the rest off. There we go, that worked like a charm. 1 cup of powdered sugar, or also known as confectioner's sugar. Confections, candy, sweets. Alright, we want a teaspoon of vanilla. I still have this bottle of vanilla, pure vanilla, and I knew that I was getting low, so I bought a new bottle, and I ordered it off of Amazon. Well, I didn't realize that it said it's baker's vanilla, and it wasn't pure vanilla. But I am not going to send it back. I'm going to use it anyway. I just usually don't like to go for anything but the real thing. Okay, it just calls for a dash of salt, and I don't want to put in too much, just enough. Because I don't know about you all, but I have really come to understand that all things sweet taste better with a little bit of salt. And sometimes a lot of salt. Sweet and salty contrast is really good. Love it. In our town we have a popcorn company, and they make kettle corn. We just recently had, in town we had what you call the Strawberry Festival. And the popcorn was for sale there. I bought a bag. Let's go get the... Oh wow, my Jello hardened completely. Let's take both of these out. grab the Cool Whip. Okay. Well, anyway, so I bought this kettle corn, and it was incredibly sweet and incredibly salty. I never tasted anything so good in my life. Alright, my Jello has completely hardened, so I'm going to have to kind of remelt it. Just unwrap that for now. Okay, I just kind of remelted the Jello on the stove, and it says to put half of the cream cheese mixture into the Jello, save half of it, and we're going to put a nice big cup of creamy whipped cream in it as well. I am just about nearly drooling. Alright, let's just mix all of this creamy, delectable, mushy stuff together. And I do have a few pieces of Jello that did not loosen up, and so it's going to be a little chunky, but it's still going to translate to what they called for. And as I say, I'm not super pro in my production value here in my videos, so I am not going to do this whole thing all over again just so it looks perfect. That ain't me. This is the real thing. Isn't that pretty though? Look at this. This is so pretty. So it turns this pale orange. And I get to use my antique beaters. This set works much better than the other one I had. This one's in super good condition. I was trying to get as much off of the beaters as I could. I'm definitely going to get a lick of that. Okay, so now what? Let's go ahead and pour this onto the crust, I think. Well, the recipe just says to put it all on in layers. But, I'm going to put all this in and just mix it and see how it goes. I think the ideal way to do it would be to save some to put on top of the cream and that kind of thing, but I'm just gonna see this set. Well, I don't know. I'm such a fly by the seat of my pants kind of person. Good it up. Let's put in the leftover cream cheese mixture. Alrighty. Now, some more Cool Whip. Just a couple of one big dollop. Okay, so what happens then if we just kind of stir it up a little bit? I don't know. I think it'd have been fun to put a layer of just plain orange Jello in there somewhere. You can really play with this recipe, do so many different things. Okay, so that's just gonna be a little layery and chunky in there. It's not perfect by any means. Okay, let's put in the segments of orange. So the recipe does not call for this, but I want to have real pieces of orange in some of my bites and not just one little bite on the top of it. That's just not as much fun. But some people wouldn't like, they might find that the lesser sweet clementine pieces would intrude on the purely sweet pie. Let's push it down in. Really making this pie crowded here. Cover it up. Ooh, it's gotten, it wants to go over the edge of the pie plate. See, I told you I don't have a big enough pie plate. And I tried to use a little less than they called for, but alright, that's smooth enough. I am going to put it in the refrigerator now and let it cool without any saran wrap and just hope it doesn't pick up any smells. I don't have any garlic or onion in my refrigerator. So, meanwhile, while that's hardening and cooling, let's put some stuff away. The recipe says to let it cool for 6 hours, but I might not wait that long. We'll see how long it takes to actually harden. Some things away for now. My husband says he'll do the dishes, so woohoo, I think I'll let him do it. Hey, there's a squirrel. Hello, baby. Hello, sweetie. Alright, while we're waiting for the cheesecake to cool, I am going to get some zest from the clementine. Okay, pat that dry. Now, I don't like this surface. I don't think I'm gonna keep using the cutting board. Boy, that's a slow process. You can tell I don't make zest very often. Okay, this is better. Yeah, we're getting a little bit here. I really don't know how much I need. Let's keep going. Thing is, I'm doing this before the pie is finished or cool. cooled, so I might need to try to preserve these pieces so they don't turn brown. I am going to put some lemon juice on them. Let's get that. See if I can keep them nice and fresh and orange. While I'm all using my fingers, I'm just going to continue in that sentiment. I think that'll be alright. I'll save that now for after the pie is cooled. Set that aside. Now it's just waiting. Alright, I have to confess that I put the pie in the freezer for about an hour because I'm just too impatient. And then I refrigerated it because you don't want to leave it in too long. You don't want it to freeze, so it didn't freeze. And I put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, and let's decorate with some whipped cream. Love it. I've never had this kind of whipped cream before. It says super creamy, and I do believe they're right. And just go ahead and put a piece of clementine on each dollop of whipped cream. Is that not pretty? That is so pretty. Here. Nice. I like that. I wish I had some green garnish. Oh well. Let's just put on some zest, some clementine zest. It's called zest, but it's really just citrus peelings. And they are so damp that they are not spreading out evenly. Oh well. I just know it's going to taste so good. Let's get some coffee. Good old Fabula. I have been so happy with it. And I have to tell you honestly, I tried some coffee that was regular acidic brand, and I got heartburn immediately. I was like, what? Really? This Fabula coffee works so incredibly well, and I don't get heartburn. It's just amazing. So it makes me think that this has been one of the worst culprits for my heartburn is the acidic coffee. So Fabula. I mean, I'm not making any money on this stuff after all. I thought somebody would, go and buy it. But oh well. It doesn't matter anymore. I'll still put the link below so you can order it and get 50% off under my name. But alright, I'm about to eat this pie, and I'm going to be making eating sounds. So if you don't like that, I suggest that you tune out. And also I'm going to quit talking here in a little bit. I just have actually come to enjoy certain eating sounds, and this in particular is a pie or a cheesecake that I am going to thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy. But I understand the sensitivity to the certain sounds of chewing. I'll try to be gentle. But I want you to get a look at how this turned out from the side before I leave you. And look at that. Look at that big chunk of, you can see the oranges, and you can see the Jello and the cheese mixture. Isn't that gorgeous? Of course, I'm not a very good server here, but there you have it. I just think it's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Let's put the pie over there. Let's eat.